Michaela, great to meet with you today.
Hi, thanks for meeting with me on behalf of Paige.
Yeah, so how's Paige doing?
She's good, busy writing some new books, so maybe
new
something,
books.
yeah.
Plural, good to
Yep,
hear.
books, yep.
Great.
Yep. So I just wanted to meet with you just because I know we're kind of thinking on the terms of signing a contract, but I wanted to really discuss what we were going to include in that contract. There are certain things that Paige has kind of been concerned with. So she wants to make sure like those things are taken into consideration when we sign the actual contract for it.
All right, well, let's right off the bat, let's just get to what are Paige's top priorities right now.
Yeah, I think a big thing is a sign-on bonus, which is pretty typical with any contract. You usually get a sign-on bonus. She was thinking probably somewhere between 30 to 40,000. I don't know if we could work with something like that. 40,000 would be ideal, but I'm not sure what you're thinking on that.
So, depending on the other terms that she'd prefer, I'm going to start out with 20,000 just because maybe we can get more into like the number of weeks that Paige would like to promote the book. How long would you be willing to promote the book?
That was another issue that we had. She just firmly believes that a good book doesn't need that much promotion. She'd want to spend time writing another one possibly for you. And so she didn't want to do that many weeks. She was thinking around 15 weeks possibly to do promotion, just so she would really be able to obviously make it a successful book, but then also still look back on like her future books and be able to work on that as well.
But, well, I mean, depending on the genre, it may not need much promotion, but I'm thinking, I mean, she's very hot and rising, but still, I think that we need a little bit more, losing my words here, more of a commitment from her. So I was thinking ideally if we could do maybe 25. My company was hoping for 35, but I just think a nice meet in the middle would be 25.
Yeah, we would possibly maybe be able to do 20. I know she was really adamant about it when we were speaking that she didn't want to go any higher than possibly 20. I don't know, maybe if we increase something else in the mix, we might be able to convince her to do 25. But like going back to that signing bonus, maybe we'd need a little bit more from that to make her really feel like you guys are all in on this.
Yeah, we can definitely negotiate the signing bonus. I think sorry, just gathering lots of information in this in this negotiation here.
Yeah, there's a lot riding on this one, so.
Yep, I think if we do 25, we could circle back to the signing bonus at the end, just depending on all the other smaller factors.
Yeah. And I guess another thing too, money-wise, that might impact too is the royalties. She was thinking probably 13 to 15%, but also maybe if you did a higher sign-on bonus, she'd be willing to take a little bit lower if you were thinking a different number than that.
Let's see. Yeah, right now I don't want to make any commitments since it's, we're just now sitting down to talk about all of this. Maybe how about a more neutral where we both benefit? Let's start about maybe the number of books that will adopt her, or the number of book clubs that will adopt her book.
Yeah, sure.
She's wanting
as many as possible,
yeah. Correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so I think we can definitely do that. We can, work with Oprah, Dr. Phil, their book clubs, and a handful of others. I think we could easily get 5 book clubs to.
That'll help too. I think that will make her want to maybe circle on to promoting a little bit more because she'll be excited about the fact that there are so many book clubs.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, we'll definitely do 5 for that.
All right, and then so how many countries was she hoping?
Kind of like the book club. I mean, the more places you can get it, the better. So she's probably just thinking in upwards beyond 10.
Yeah, I mean, there is a lot of benefit in both of that. The only cost would be translations, but that's something that we would definitely work with, considering that this should be a pretty hot up and coming book. So I think maybe start high. Let's go try for 14.
Sure, sounds good.
All right, and then, so the number of books, or no, not that, that's not what I want to do. How many print runs are you thinking? I feel like the more the better also
Yeah.
because it should be a pretty,
Hefty book, yeah.
yeah, highly sought after.
Yeah, so I would definitely think 5 runs would be pretty good. That would also, I think, create a little bit more if you're wanting her to do the promotion. I know she's not crazy about it, but if we have some other aspects in that, we could maybe negotiate that a little bit more.
So then just looking at the number of print runs, how many countries we're going to be in, and how many book clubs we'll be in, I feel like we're going to have to go higher with the number of weeks that she'll promote, just because, I mean, if she wants to go on Oprah, like, or sit down and talk with her at all, just to promote the book even further, build like those relationships, which would be a great relationship to have later on.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, ideally, like a tour of where her books will be distributed, because people in other countries might not know her as well as those of us in America
Yeah,
do.
absolutely.
And then if we're gonna be doing 5 print runs, we really need to build this up and make it something that like a lot of people are excited for, like across the globe.
Yeah. I would say I would probably be okay. I'd be comfortable with doing 25. 30s, I think pushing it. I don't think she would be crazy about that. But I think 25, I think would be fine. Doing that, considering, I mean, I'll make sure she sees the value in that and the reason why we're thinking that. But I definitely know she's wanting to write 2 books for you guys. So she wants to make sure that she still gets enough time to be able to write that in a timely manner. So that's kind of also why we're thinking no more than 25, because she wouldn't want to cut out the time for the next book.
I understand that, yes, the writer's process, it takes plenty of time. So then let's see. Yeah, you said 25?
25, yeah.
All right, yeah, we could
Sounds good.
definitely work with that. That's what, a little over, about 2 years and a month, right? Yeah. All right, yeah, that would be reasonable. And then you said that she planned to do 2 books?
Yes.
All right, so I'm just thinking if, let's see, what were the terms of the royalties that you were hoping for?
Probably between 13 to 15.
Let's see, I'm just not sure we could go that high if it's only going to be 2 books on our end.
I know she's pretty adamant about the 2 books, so maybe if we did possibly like a 10% then, if you're thinking, because I know she was very strict on the number of books that she wanted to write. As of now, I mean, that could always change too, so I was thinking, just 2, and then if you're thinking more on the odds of like 10% being able to do that would be better. We wouldn't want to go any lower than that though, because she still needs to make money off of the book as well.
Yeah, let's see. I think we could do 2 books. So then let's see, that's the current book and 2 additional books, correct? Okay. Yeah, I think we could do 2 books at 10%.
Okay.
But just in the interest of the company, I don't know that I'll be able to offer an advance, because a 10% royalty is a pretty decent amount. Like most of the writers, like the new writers that we just sign on, are between 5 and 7. And it's just that like the hype and buzz, I want to treat Paige like a normal client, but at the same time, like, yes, it's a great opportunity, but I need to have the my company's interests in mind.
Yeah, and I totally understand that. But like I said before, she does spend a lot of time writing these books, and in her downtime, she still needs to be able to make the money from the book. So that's kind of where that advanced helps her, and helps her get the resources she needs to be able to write the next book just as well. So maybe, I know I was thinking a little bit higher, but maybe we could meet in the middle on that advanced and do like a 15,000. I know that's not a crazy number, but it still gives her some money to be able to go and get those resources without putting you guys too much in the hole as well.
Let's see. Well, so then circling back to the contract signing bonus, because it really,
Mhm.
Those are big numbers that are coming out of the pockets of
Yeah.
Bestbooks.
And since we have considered everything else, we maybe might be, since we're doing the advance as well, the contract bonus might not have to be quite as large as I was originally thinking. I would be willing to go down to 30,000. I wouldn't want to do any less than that. I do have a couple other publishers that were willing to give around that much, and nobody was going to do less. So that's kind of something that we were considering. And
1 second. Just all the paparazzi with all of our publishers are really interested in this. I don't know what to say. It's business, baby. All right, so where were we with that?
The contract signing bonus,
All
thinking
right.
about 30,000.
So you're wanting a 30,000 contract signing bonus
Yeah.
with the
The
15,000
15,000.
advance.
Yeah. Just because since that one isn't quite as large as we were thinking, I wouldn't want to go any lower than 30.
But still with that 10%
Yeah.
royalty. Let's see. Let me just crunch some numbers. A lot of information. Sorry.
There's a lot of things that go into this contract, so we understand.
Let's see. Ideally, we were hoping between 10 to 20%, or to 10 to 20,000 for the signing bonus. That would be like ideally in our budget. So would she be willing at all to go down to 7 and then possibly renegotiate based on how well this first book goes over?
So were we thinking 7% for royalties, and then
For the first book, and then just if maybe, like, depending on if this is the next Hunger Games, then we would definitely be willing to go upwards on that.
Okay. Is that with lowering the contract signing bonus, or is that so we can get that 30% or 30,000? Excuse me.
Yes.
So I
yeah.
wouldn't want to go lower on both because that's
Yeah.
just not ideal or practical really for someone
Yeah,
to
absolutely.
be able to make a living.
Yeah, so for that 30,000 signing bonus, if we could go down to 7%, and I would still offer the 15,000 advance.
Okay. All right. Sounds good.
Really? Okay. Well, I'm really happy to be signing Paige
Yeah.
on. Just give us a call when she has availability to do some
All
paperwork.
right. Sounds good.
Thank you.
Yeah.